got up this morning and looked outside. This isn't right.
Yep. Yeah. Snow in April is not what anyone was expecting.
Oh, ma'am.
All right, Mike.
Hi, folks. If anybody didn't hear me say this a few minutes ago, we'd appreciate if you could mute yourself when you're not speaking. Sometimes with this many people on the line, there can be a lot of background noise. If you move your cursor over the screen where the videos are, a bar will pop up at the bottom and you'll see a microphone. And if you click on that, you'll be muted and you can unmute yourself if you want to speak later on. Thank you.
It is 9710.
9710? Got it.
Yep. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
All
Stay
right.
healthy.
I will.
Okay, bye.
Want to take this payment over the phone?
Yeah.
Hello in there.
Okay, good morning, folks. We're gonna get started here. So my name is Sonia Karnofsky, and I work with an organization called CDFI Friendly South Bend. We've been working hard with the city team and all of the great financial institutions who are going to be talking a little bit later this morning. To start us off, Mayor Mueller is going to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we're still getting used to some of these ways to interact virtually, and it looks like we have a good crowd here, 120 the count right now. And thank you for all the financial institutions for coming to share the resources that you're able to provide our community, and thank you to the small businesses and entrepreneurs for continuing the fight. I know there were people who thought they had recession-proof businesses who this thing is providing all sorts of challenges even for those industries, and sectors that are more vulnerable are obviously facing even tougher times. So we know that the federal government has stepped up and provided some resources, but we know that's not going to be enough, and hopefully they'll do more in the coming weeks. But we also have got to work with the state and local governments. And local governments don't have, the same types of flexibility that state and federal levels do, but we're going to see where we can fill in gaps and help any way that we can. So in a little bit, you'll hear from the financial institutions about what they have to offer. We'll also, the city is working with 2 CDFIs that you'll hear from, and Sonia in CDFI Friendly South Bend. We had thought we were going to be working on offense this year, where we could start some new businesses and really get things going here in South Bend. But sometimes you got to start with defense, and we'll move into offense as the economy recovers and we move into the coming years. But with that, we've provided a resource guide as well that you can download. We hope that's helpful, but please don't hesitate to reach out to Sonia, myself, or anyone on the city team if you need help finding something, or you think there's something we might be able to do, or if you need us to try to advocate at the state and federal levels to make sure that we're getting the resources we need. But I know we'll get through this and hopefully emerge out on the other side even stronger. So thank you again for being here, and I hope you find this helpful.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I have a few housekeeping notes for everybody. Obviously, we are all figuring out what it means to do a virtual event like this, so we really appreciate your patience as we navigate some of the technology. First, I just put a message into the chat that has direct links to the resource guide and the flyer that has all of the different links we'll be using. If you move your cursor over the screen, you'll see that a bar pops up at the bottom, and you can click on the chat notification there, and you'll see the links that I just shared. That bar is also where you can turn your video and sound on and off. Folks might have heard me say this a little bit earlier, but we'd appreciate it if you could keep yourself on mute unless you're speaking. With so many folks on the line, there can be quite a lot of background noise and make it difficult for everybody to hear. So we really appreciate your help in making sure that we can all hear the presentations. So like Mayor Mueller said, for the first 30 minutes of this event, we will hear an overview from different financial institutions, giving you a little bit of information about the different products and services that they are offering right now, specifically targeted to help small businesses overcome the particular economic challenges posed by COVID-19. After that, we have an hour this morning for breakout discussions where every financial institution will be available to answer your questions directly. If you follow the link to the flyer that I put in the chat, you'll see that there are a number of different links that look similar to this one you used to log on, but they are unique to each financial institution. You can go in and out of as many chats as you would like to learn more about what the financial institutions are doing. Please do be aware that right at 11 o'clock, there might be a little bit of a wait before the chat opens up. Sean Delahanty from the city's IT team has to actually go in and open each conversation for us. So if you log on right at 11 o'clock, there might be a little bit of a delay. You don't need to do anything. It will open up for you automatically, but don't worry if there is a little bit of lag there. The last thing that I want to mention for everybody, if you look at that resource guide that I shared in the chat, there is contact information for everybody who you're going to hear from today. Please don't hesitate. Give any of us a call, shoot us an email. We're very happy to answer follow-up questions that you might have. And with that, I think I will turn it over to Brad McConnell from Accion.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Sonia. I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to introduce to many of you Accion serving Illinois and Indiana, which is the organization that I run. I'm going to briefly describe our organization and what we'd like to do to help small business owners in South Bend. And then in the side chats, which Sonia just described, I'll talk about it in more detail for anyone who'd like that. But first, Accion Serving Illinois and Indiana is a mission-driven nonprofit community development financial institution whose mission is to help neighborhood entrepreneurs grow. And we do that by providing the capital and the coaching and the connections that small businesses need to create jobs and wealth in their communities. So again, we do that throughout Illinois and Indiana, but have a very specific focus on underserved communities that have typically lacked the kind of access to financial institutions that we would like them to have. In this particular case, we're seeking to provide low-cost capital to as many small business owners in South Bend as we can. And so the way that we will do that is providing a loan offering that is 3% fixed rate for 5 years, up to $50,000. And we'll do that with no payment at all for the first 6 months, and then a fully amortized payment after that in months 7 through 60. And we'll be sizing that loan based on your average monthly revenues from before the crisis. So we're going to look at your business bank statements from October, November, and December, and therefore calculate the average revenues that you would have had in 2019. That'll be the maximum amount you can borrow, up to $50,000. And then we'll do the very best we can to process that, work with you to get all the rest of the details right so we can provide that funding as fast as possible. So that's going to be one of the many options you're going to hear about here shortly. And so we're thankful again for the opportunity and look forward to working with as many of you as I can.
Thanks very much, Brad. And next we'll hear from the folks at Bankable.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kyle Fawcett. I'm the Director of Marketing at Bankable, which is a community development financial institution, or CDFI, serving the state of Indiana. Our office is located just north of Indianapolis in the city of Anderson. We're also an SBA microlender and community advantage lender. So yeah, we are very grateful to be included in this initiative as well, alongside the other financial institutions and particularly the other CDFIs. Really grateful for the work that the city of South Bend is doing. So for all of the small businesses, obviously going through a really difficult time right now, just know that your local government and the city is working really hard to come up with options better than I've seen a lot of other places so far. So take hope that they're working really hard to serve you. So again, we're really grateful to be participating. We'll go into a lot more detail in the breakout session. But two of the key products we'll be offering during this time is something we're calling the reboot loan, which is going to be focused for the businesses who have unfortunately either had to close or greatly suspend operations and may need a little bit of capital to get the doors back open, get payroll started again, some of those kinds of things. So we'll be looking to issue quick pre-approvals for that. And then when the time to reopen comes, fund immediately so you can get your business back up and running. And then the second product is something we're calling a quick bridge loan, which is meant more for those businesses that are still operating right now, and really just need some additional capital to bridge towards the gap of when things start to pick back up a little bit, and things can resume normal operations. So again, we're grateful to be involved in this initiative as well, and looking forward to talking with you individually in the breakout session.
Thanks very much, Kyle. And next, I'll turn it over to Sherry from Brightpoint Development Fund.
There we go. Sorry. Good morning, all. I'm Sherry Early-Aiden, and I'm the Vice President of Operations for Brightpoint. We are also a CDFI and SBA microlender located in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Our mission is to create economic opportunity for communities and families and individuals who lack access to affordable capital and financial services. That being said, we have also created a loan product that we'd be happy to discuss in the breakout session that we've named the Brightpoint Development Fund COVID-19 Express Loan. Like the other CDFIs, we are attempting to meet the need of the small businesses in our region and would like to do that in the best way possible. In addition to our loans, we give what we call technical assistance or mentorship with every loan we give to make sure that you become sustainable if you're not, and help you through this crisis. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Sherry. And next, I'll ask Phil Black from the Community Investment Fund of Indiana to.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I really appreciate being invited to this event today. It's a very important event, and we are the Community Investment Fund of Indiana. I'm the Executive Director, Phil Black, and we offer statewide small business loans, specifically for existing businesses, not startups. We're looking to assist you think through how a loan fits in your plans to reopen or to bridge the gap between maybe other loans that you're applying for, and to try to make sense out of those and make sure you have money in your checking account to restart or to meet payroll, those kind of things. And essentially, we'll make loans that the terms we think are around 24 months, and that term can be expanded depending on where we are after this, we open back up again. So I look forward to talking with you in detail in the session following this. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Phil. And next we'll hear from the folks at First Source Bank.
Hi, good morning. My name is Mark Gould. I'm the Community Development Manager at First Source Bank, and I want to thank Mayor Mueller and his team at the city, as well as Sonia. Thank you so much for organizing this virtual emergency assistance fair for the city of South Bend small businesses. Also, thank you to the CDFIs who are participating and all the other financial institutions that are involved with the event. Small businesses are really the economic backbone and drivers of our community. So First Source has been proud to provide SBA programs and financial services over the years and has grown to be one of the largest providers of SBA products across Indiana. And so it's really no surprise that the bank has been extremely involved with the Paycheck Protection Program. We've been overwhelmed with requests, and we're hoping that the federal government will open up, will provide some more funding for that program so that we can continue to help clients with that program. So I'm actually not a lender, but I'm looking forward to assisting you in the virtual room here soon, and to help answer any questions and provide any assistance that First Source can provide. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. And next we'll hear from the folks at Sentry Bank.
Thank you, Sonia. My name is Len Amat. I'm the market president for Sentry Bank in the Michiana community. For those of you that don't know about Sentry, Sentry is the largest privately owned commercial bank in the state of Indiana. We're celebrating our 125th anniversary at the moment this month. It has been throughout its history dedicated to the small business community. Sentry is a preferred small business lender for that reason, similar to First Source Bank. We have been one of the largest SBA loan providers in the state and partner as well with the CDFIs in the state. So we're hoping that this emergency assistance fair will help you understand how we can partner with all the various organizations in this market area and providing support. Sentry does offer a product called the Small Business Neighborhood Loan Program. It's dedicated to small businesses in low to moderate tracks with very attractive interest rates and deferred payment plans to help small businesses thrive in this market area. So we're looking forward to answering your questions. We'll also have our local business banker with us in our chat room. His name's John Wingfield, and we look forward to taking your questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Len. And next we'll hear from Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Hello, everybody. This is Tom Gripe. I'm the president and CEO of Notre Dame Credit Union. We all know why we're here. This is pretty ugly times, and we're not sure what the future is going to hold. And if you're like me and everybody else, there's a little bit of a trepidation, and we try very, very hard to be hopeful for the future. But the reality of it is how do we get from here to tomorrow to the next day? How do we take the smaller steps so that we can win the marathon race that we're all in right now? We really are addressing it two ways. The first one is for our existing membership. For those of you that are part of the credit union, you know already, but if you don't, you should. We're very aggressive on providing loan deferrals for people who currently have loans with us already, defer commercial as well as consumer loans out anywhere from 2 to 5 months to give you some breathing space. We also have care loans, which are small dollar short-term bridge loans for our membership to get from point A to point B as well. Those of you that are members, you go to our website and you can see that and give us a call and we'll take care of you. For the greater population, though, here's what's important. This PPP loan program is very chaotic right now. And it's important for you to know that we are active in doing those things. We are willing to work with non-members to get the process done, and we're not going to do it with a gun to your head. If you just want to do the PPP loan with us and then stick with your existing bank, that's fine. Okay, this is not a time to extort anybody. It's time to get things done. So in the chat room, I'll talk to you about how you could apply for the PPP loan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tom. And last but not least, we will hear from the folks at Wood Forest Bank.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Nisha Floyd. I am with Wood Forest National Bank. I'm really excited to be a part of this. We have a small business banker who will be in the breakout room. Her name is Paulina Meagotia. And as people may know or may not know, Wood Forest, we are in 43 branches. We have 43 branches in Indiana. We are the bank in Walmart. So we're right there in the lobby. We are still providing service 6 days a week. We typically are open on Sunday, but due to the COVID, we are closed. That being said, obviously, we are a full service bank, and what we pride ourselves in is helping consumers and small business owners with small dollar loans. We are processing the PPP loan program through the SBA. We are hoping obviously more federal dollars do come through. That being said, we do have a few products that can help small business owners and consumers, as small as a $500 amount to $10,000 or more. Paulina will talk about that with everybody in the break room, and we look forward to helping our folks in South Bend, Indiana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nisha. So you all have heard from the different financial institutions who will be hosting breakout sessions in just a few minutes here. I do want to address a few things that I saw in the chat as we were talking. For folks who don't have a microphone on their computer, you can type your questions. And this is a friendly reminder to all of our folks who will be facilitating those conversations. Do your best to keep an eye on the chat. I know it's a lot to keep going at once, but there could be questions that show up there as well. I also want to remind folks, we will be recording these sessions and then sharing them out with anybody who wasn't able to join us this morning. So that is something that will be a resource that can live on, as well as that guide that we shared earlier. And I think with that, we can log off of this Microsoft Teams meeting, and then you can use the links in the flyer to go into any of the different breakout discussions that you're interested in learning about. There will probably be some information at the top from each of our presenters, and then as you join later, take a look at the chat or just ask questions as they come up. We will all do our best to manage this technology-based event as we can. And one more reminder, if you click on the link and you get a waiting room message, that just means that Sean has not opened up the meeting yet. You don't need to do anything else. It will open automatically as soon as Sean can get to us. So thank you all for joining us this morning. I will see you in the various breakout room discussions.
Hey, Sonia, can you reattach the worksheet at the bottom again? I think a couple of folks in the chat were looking for the sheet
sure.
link.
Thanks, Amanda. I know that we have a lot of folks joining the meeting, so sometimes the chat gets buried. I will link that one more time for folks. Give me just one moment. Okay. Okay, folks, so I just put the link in again to the flyer, and you can see that the flyer has all the different links that you can use to join whichever of the breakout discussions you're interested in. Thank you, and I will see you shortly on a different link. Goodbye, everyone.
I think it closed.
I'm unable to access the chat. Is anybody else having this problem?
Yeah, we are.
Hi, folks. So for anybody who's still on this chat, there's not going to be any more speakers now, so you can actually close this window and then go on to the different ones for each financial institution. You're welcome to keep this open as long as you'd like, but just so you're aware, there's not going to be any more content here. And I'm going to hop off here in a minute as well.
Where do we find that? Because my chat, I can't find the chat window at all.
Can you move your cursor over the screen? A bar will pop up at the bottom, and that's how you open the chat.
But it tells me only team members can chat and to ask the team owner to make me a member.
Huh.
And then sent me right back to you guys when I hit the link.
Okay.
For first source. Link brought me right back to you guys.
Okay, so these guys are the ones that you want if you want to talk to any of them. This is the pay protection room.
That, I think that's somebody just asked.
Yeah, I have no chat access.
Okay. On the so all of this is
Sonia, I can stay in here if you want to. Do you want to pull it up or if you can, do you want to pull it up off of the website and people can see it because it's pretty simple URLs.
Sure.
Let me try. I can also try to do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Brian.
And I can do it if you need to go to the other group or something.
No, I think I can. Let me see if I can just share my screen for folks quickly.
If you clicked on her.
Actually, Brian, if you want to try sharing your screen, I hadn't given it permission before, so I would have to log back out and open it again. So if you've already done that, maybe it'd be easier.
Okay, let me try, and if not, I'll figure out a different way to do it real quick. Okay. There. Oh, okay, yeah. It's just I can just take a picture. Sorry, everybody. 1 second. I think that I'm sharing my screen right now. Can folks see it, right?
Sonia?
Oh. I can see it. Yep, I can see it. Sorry, you just barely beat me.
It kicked me out anyway, so I figured I would do it. So for anybody who is still on this window, the links look very similar to the one that you followed here. The only difference is that at the end is the name of each financial institution rather than the word general. So it's the same tinyurl.com-EAF, but then fill in the name of the institution whose chat you'd like to join.
Sonia, I'm having trouble getting to the link. I don't know if I have a pop-up blocker or something that's obscuring the access or what.
I'm so sorry. I'm not quite sure what's going on with your machine, but all I can say in this moment is if it's a pop-up blocker, maybe do accept that it's a pop-up. But if you just type that into the search bar of your internet browser, you should be able to access it just like you did this chat.
Well, I had a hard time. I had to go through 311 to get into the chat to begin with. She sent me a link, and I clicked on the link, and that got me here. But when I type it in on my computer, it doesn't go anywhere except a tiny URL and a whole list of different sites that have nothing to do with this.
Okay.
And then when I hit it, it brings me straight back to you guys for first source.
Huh. And you're typing in. You're typing in the number one STSOURCE, the words first source, not general.
Yeah, I'm hitting the actual link because if you hit the actual link, it'll take you to first source or whoever. That's how I got in. When I hit the actual link under first source, it brings me right back to you.
So I don't know if maybe the hyperlink is a little bit mixed up, but please do just copy that, put it into the browser, and make sure that it says first source, not general.
Flyer.
how about this? For folks who can see the chat, I'm going to put in the different links directly.
More.
Okay, so all of those links should be in the chat now for those folks who can see the chat window.
Where's the flyer? All right, so if there's one of those people you want to talk to,
C has not been able to assist.
No.
And that's, like I said, that's a whole nother can of worms that I'm dealing with my federal representation. Hey, what happened here? But
Hi, folks. So I see that we have just a few people left on this recording.
okay, now we're going to get off of here. All right, because if there's any of these people you want to talk to, you just click that link.
Yep. So if you look at the chat, put in directly all of the links. You can try clicking on them or copy and paste them into your internet browser. Hopefully it should work just like you were able to access this first meeting here.